Hello everybody, we have the first interview of this 2022, la primera entrevista, I will say in Spanish, okay? La primera entrevista del 2022. Vamos a estar hablando con Jetty Weels del grupo Mai Tai, un grupo que la supo romper en los 80s, a mitad de los 80s, con un hit llamado History, así que vamos a estar hablando con ella en esta oportunidad. So, thank you very much, Jetty Weels, for this opportunity. Hello and welcome.
Hello, thank you very much for to invite me to your show. And hi, everybody listening to our interview and to your show.
Great. I don't know if you can speak Spanish. You know some words?
A bit. I lived in Spain for more than 2 years,
okay.
And I understand
great.
Clear what you told your listeners.
Perfecto. Fantastic. You know, Mai Tai, you know, it's a strange name if we have to think. The name of the band corresponds to an American drink, you know, for 1944. Yeah. When you start the project, the name had already been, you know, chosen, or you were there thinking about the name of the group?
We had a working name, study name, and after our first song, Keep on Dancing, the record company thought they needed another name, and then they actually went into the cocktail book, and they say Mai Tai, and they say, wow, Mai Tai is a tropical drink, and we all three girls look very tropical, and that's why we became the name Mai Tai.
Okay. You know, well, you said your debut single was Keep on Dancing from 1983.
Keep on dancing, dancing, keep on dancing, dancing.
That was a hit in the nightclubs there in Holland, Netherlands, and then they released a second single, What Goes On. It became their first hit on the Dutch top 40. There is the information I have, peaking at the number 24. In 1984, they released their debut album, and there comes the international hit History.
Our love is history. Gonna burn the letters you were sending me.
From this debut album, it was number 8 in the UK. Number in the top 30 in Germany. It was a hit in New Zealand, Australia, and number 3 in the US Billboard charts. Dance. Oh my God, that's a lot. It was hard for you being there in the music business?
To be honest, no, because by the time it was easy, we were all joining bands, you know. We were all joining backing vocals in studios. So it wasn't that hard for us. One day we met again, and then we went to Fontijn and Fluitsma, the producers, and we went to the studio, start recording, and from the one thing came the other.
And why Holland? Why Netherlands and not, for example, Germany? That was a big country, a big industry, you know. Factory. It was a big factory.
The thing is, we're so close to each other. Holland is a small country. So in 2 hours, you are in Germany. In 1 hour, you are in London. So the thing is, basically, if you're busy with music, you're very quick in London. You're very quick in the other countries around you, like France, Germany, and Spain, or whatever. So it was like basically in Holland, but we were going like a spider. We're going all over Europe. So it wasn't hard for us to go around Europe.
Okay, great. And what was your feeling in that moment, you know, when you read that History was a big success?
When we hear History was conquered the UK chart,
Yeah.
You can't believe it. We were in South America in our homeland Suriname touring.
Oh my God.
We had three big shows to do in a stadium by that time, and we did a lot of television. So we were in South America touring with
Yeah.
Mai Tai, and the news came, ladies, you enter the UK chart. You need to go ASAP back to Europe, and that's what happened. And then we went ASAP back to Europe.
If we have to talk about the 80s, I want to know, just tell us about the creation of History, you know, this smash hit.
Love is history. I'm gonna burn the letters you were sending me. Bring them up to ashes.
Yeah, well, to be honest, you mentioned we were in the studio and we were busy with an album. And we had a lot of songs ready for the album, and then we were nearly finished with the album, and then this song came on, and we just started recording. Nobody thought it would conquer the world, nobody, but it was a very nice song to do.
Yeah.
I'm doing the lead parts in the history, you know, so by the time we released it, it was increasing slowly in Holland, but in the rest of the world, it was booming.
Yeah.
So we first conquered the world with History, and then our own country, Holland.
Wow.
Well, to be honest, we recorded History, and we recorded Body and Soul, what was also a top 10 hit.
Yeah.
And you know, and in the UK. And we recorded Am I Losing You? Is a ballad, a very famous ballad.
Yeah.
All over. Yeah. So when we recorded those songs, we had the feeling that something could go around.
Okay.
And Caroline was the one who says, wow, History could be the one who's getting us across the borders, because this song is so nice and beautiful, you know? So she was right. She was right.
Yeah, she was right. And if you have to compare to the other songs, I think that History have an instrumental, you know, is so different to all the other songs from that period, from 80s, 84, 85, because it's very house from the end of the 80s, you know. It was very different style, you know. I love that song, I love it. Well, that song, I met that song in a game. I don't know if you know about that. There is a game from PlayStation, Xbox, Grand Theft Auto is a very famous game, and there is the song, you know.
Yeah, I know. We were in the Grand Theft Auto, and Mai Tai in History was the #1 in the that year in the Grand Theft Auto play. We know that.
And what was your reaction of this, you know?
When we get the news, we get it very later in years. We were very happy to hear that Mai Tai song was #1 in the
of course.
So it brings us another step around again, you know?
Yeah. Just tell us about your projects for this 2022. You know, we are starting this new year.
Yes. We had a jubileum reunion show planned in 2020. Because of COVID, it was postponed to 21st, for a few weeks. This year, the 3rd of December, it was already cancelled again for the second time. So we hope next year that we could do the show, because we're doing the show in the original, 3 of us. And we have some very famous guests in our show. So we're praying that this year, in 2022, we can do the show. And also it's gonna be on DVD. It's gonna be on CD live, because the show is gonna be with a live band. It's gonna be recorded live. So I think that's gonna be a great remembrance for all the fans all over the world to see the show on DVD and to have an album, a CD of the show. So we're looking forward to do that. At the moment, Han Epscombe is a songwriter, He wrote a song in 2004, and that song called "Bring Back the Music."
Okay.
And that song was remixed this year by Pete Hammond.
Okay.
And you need to listen to that, and it's doing very well in the UK again a bit now. So one never can tell, you know.
Great.
So
Great.
just listen to the new remix of that song, and it's a very nice song. Bring Back the Music. Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. If you could go back in time, will you change something of your life or not?
Yes. Most of the time, all the people I do interviews with, they're asking me, is there a period in your life you would going back to and do it all over again? Well, I'm a very religious person, so you don't look back. You always look forward. But deep in my heart, I would like to go back to the decades of the 80s, to be honest. I would like to go back there, yes. Because it was one of the most beautiful decades in my life. Private life and music life, you know. So it was but I'm very happy. I'm very happy with my health, and I'm very happy with the family I have. So I'm looking forward. And but deep down a bit, I could go back to the 80s.
Yeah, I see you here in the camera, and you look fantastic, so funny, so wonderful. I have to say, I love your smile, you know, when you talk, I love it. Great. And the last one, a message for all the fans, you know, around the world.
Yes. Hi, everybody. I'm Jetty Weels from Mai Tai. I wish you all the best in 2022. Much health, music, love, harmony, and peace.
Let it come